On this episode of He Said, She Said Movie Reviews, we take a look at the movie Gemini Man, written by David Benioff and Billy Ray, and directed by Ang Lee. Welcome to He Said, She Said Movie Reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie tastes take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we went and saw Gemini Man. April gives this movie
a 3.5.
And I give it 3 stars. We'll tell you all about it right after these 2 trailers.
The first trailer was black and blue. It looks fantastic. It's about a rookie police officer in New Orleans that has to balance her identity as a black woman with her role as a police officer when she witnesses other police officers committing murder. The release date's October 25th, 2019. It's with Mike Colter and Naomie Harris. It's already getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. I can't wait to see this movie.
The second trailer was Just Mercy. Just Mercy shadows world-renowned civil rights defense attorney Bryan Stevenson as he recounts his experiences and details the case of a condemned death row prisoner whom he fought to free. The release date's January 10th, 2020. It's with Brie Larson, Michael B. Jordan, and Jamie Foxx. This movie looks very, very good.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one to watch.
It is. So. It's going to be tough.
All right, Gemini Man. This is about a retiring assassin, Henry Brogan, who finds himself pursued by a mysterious killer that can predict his every move. Discovering that he's being hunted by a younger clone of himself, Henry needs to find out why he's being targeted and who the creator is. This is directed by Ang Lee, and it was written by David Benioff and Billy Ray. David was known for Game of Thrones, X-Men Origins, The Wolverine, and The Kite Runner. And Billy Ray for The Hunger Games, Heart's War, Captain Phillips, and Overlords. Great writing staff there. So
yeah, I have to say, Ang Lee, is one of my favorites. Brokeback Mountain is one of my all-time favorite movies, as well as Sense and Sensibility. So,
other than Will Smith, the cast was pretty much kind of unknown people. Of course, you had Will Smith, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Clive Owen was another known, Benedict Wong from Doctor Strange, and Victor Hugo was the young man who stood in as the younger version of Will Smith. I just had to bring him up because I thought he did a good job.
I thought so too. Runtime, 117 minutes. It's rated PG-13 for violence and action throughout, and brief, strong language, which I can attest to, is definitely there.
Okay, first of all, we have to tell you, we did see the 3D version of this movie. Okay, 3D glasses and all. We don't really go to a lot of 3D movies, but the 3D one fit in for our schedule. I highly recommend it. This is probably one of the best 3D movies I've ever seen. What do you expect from Ang Lee, though?
I agree with you, and you know how I am. It's just not...
Oh, you hate 3D.
I do. But this was amazing because of the special effects. It was, to me, it added to the experience, too.
Well, I think it added to the cinematography, too. There was something about it. It was really a beautiful movie. But once again, we're talking Ang Lee. Ang Lee makes beautiful movies.
Yes, he does. All right, theme and tone of this movie, new versus old, and the social ramifications of cloning. Do you agree with me?
That was the theme, most definitely. And it was about the old and the new, the old spy versus the new spy.
Right.
Or not a spy assassin, sorry.
That was, yeah.
But, yeah. And what'd you think of the acting, April?
Well, I'm a Will Smith fan. I feel like we haven't even begun to see yet the depth that he's going to be going to in the future. I felt like, I see everything he's in. I'm a huge fan. I thought he did fine. I thought it went well. I think I went in expecting a little more. Okay, but I think it was fine.
I had I wanted to give this movie a 4-star rating because I enjoyed the movie. I was highly entertained. The special effects were phenomenal. The action was great. But for me, the acting was one of the places where this movie kind of fell a little short for me. For me, at times, it felt like he was in a play and he was acting in a play. I don't know how to
Really?
verbalize that more than that. It just seemed like sometimes the character, the actor, you see him as the character, and sometimes you see the actor acting as the character, and that's what I meant by in a play. I saw sometimes Will Smith acting like he was the character, not being the character. If I can clarify that. So,
Gotcha. I thought the direction was good.
Sure, Ang Lee.
Yep. And the score was not, this is an area I thought could get better.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't get it. It wasn't enough. It didn't make me feel or think more about the movie I was in.
But for me, sometimes the score is, if it's not noticeable, it's kind of a good score in my mind, because sometimes the score overrides the movie. I don't know.
True. That's a good point.
So, and as I already mentioned, the cinematography, this was a beautiful movie.
Oh my gosh.
I thoroughly enjoyed the visual aspects of the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I just appreciate all the work that went into that, because when I sit down in that seat, I can tell you 8 out of 10 times, Tim and I don't see that. The cinematography was it was incredible. What about the production design?
Sets were good.
Yeah, they sure were.
Night scenes. There was tons of night scenes, and if you've listened to the podcast, that's a big gripe of mine. If you look at the movie screen and you can't see anything because it's nighttime, this was great. So I have no problems with that. Special effects. Wow. Well, this is where the movie excels.
Yeah, I felt like that too. It was just the movie at times felt like a first-person shooter game. Is that?
Yeah,
we talked about that.
We talked about that. It seemed like the action scenes were like out of a video game almost. So the perspective and everything they put in, it was cool.
And that's, I think, a good way to put it. How about the editing, Tim?
Nothing special there. It was edited.
Right. What about the pace?
Movie moved along at a great clip. Even the non-action scenes moved the movie forward in time. What was it? 117 minutes is not a long movie. So.
No, it's not. And I felt like the dialogue was flat sometimes. And we talked about the corniness sometimes.
Yeah, to me, the younger Will Smith character, the younger Junior is what the character's name was. At times, he felt a little, I don't know, some of the stuff he was saying was corny. And once again, I wanted to give this movie 4 stars, but because of the corniness factor for me, it dropped it down to a 3. Like the ending scene to me, I found incredibly corny.
Yeah.
But, in times, the younger Junior felt like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right.
So,
well, the reason I rated this movie is a 3.5. I was kind of pulled to this one. And cloning is just, everyone knows I don't like time traveler movies, but cloning is just not my thing either. But I will tell you, I went into this movie and it was so well done. Ang Lee did such a good job. There's no way I couldn't give it a 3.5. And it was believable. I mean, that's just it.
For me, there were some of the action scenes that weren't believable, but I hear what you're saying. Like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I think this is a movie, if you're going to see it and you like action movies, you're definitely going to like this. This is a great action movie. See it on the big screen. It's well worth seeing it on the big screen. And I'd even say spend the extra $3 and see it in 3D.
I would totally agree with that. Coming from someone who does not at all prefer 3D movies, please see this one in 3D and give it the justice it deserves.
Well, there you go.
All right.
Gemini Man, 3 and 3.5 stars. See it at the theaters.
See it at the movies, and we will see you at the movies. And goodness sakes, if you're anywhere near Sandy Springs, when you're in Atlanta, or you're near there for whatever reason, please come to the Spring Cinema and Tap House. It is an amazing theater. It's very special. Great local beer, great drinks, heated seats. Come on.
And if you like what you're hearing, please tell a friend. Thanks a lot. We'll see you at the movies.
Thank you. We'll see you at the movies.